Have you ever walked into someone's home and everything just feels right? Not because they were expecting guests, not because they spent hours cleaning, but because it's always like that. And you catch yourself thinking, how do they actually live like this? Do they have more time? More discipline? Or do they just care more than the rest of us? Here's the uncomfortable truth. It's none of those. People who keep their space consistently clean aren't just more organized. They think differently. And once you see what's really going on, you won't look at your space or your habits the same way again. Most people think a clean home is about effort, about finding time, pushing yourself, finally getting your life together. But that's not what's happening. A consistently clean space is not a cleaning habit. It's a mental pattern, because your brain doesn't separate your environment from your internal state as much as you think it does. The space around you is constantly shaping how you feel, how you think, and how much energy you have. Which means, this isn't really about dishes, laundry, or clutter. It's about focus. It's about control. And more importantly, it's about identity. So in this video, we're going to break down what's actually happening inside the mind of people who keep their space clean, and how a small shift in behavior can quietly change the way you think, feel, and move through your entire day. Your brain is always scanning your environment, even when you're not paying attention. Every object in your space is competing for your focus. That pile of clothes, the dishes in the sink, the random things left out, your brain doesn't ignore them. It registers them as unfinished. And unfinished things create mental weight. This is what psychologists call cognitive load, the amount of mental effort your brain is carrying at any moment. The more clutter around you, the heavier that load becomes. And here's the part most people miss. You don't feel it as clutter. You feel it as low energy irritation, lack of focus. A messy space doesn't just look bad, it quietly drains you. But when your environment is clean and ordered, your brain relaxes. You think clearer. You move faster. You feel lighter. Same person, different environment, different mental state. Most of life feels unpredictable. Work changes, people change, plans fall apart. And even when nothing is wrong, there's this low-level tension in the background. A kind of quiet stress you can't fully switch off. But your environment, that's one of the few things you can control. The state of your room, your desk, your kitchen, that's yours. And every time you clean, even something small, you send a signal to your brain. Things are handled. I'm in control. That's why cleaning often feels strangely calming. Not because you love cleaning, but because your nervous system finally gets a break. Psychology calls this an internal locus of control, when you believe your actions actually shape your life, and people who maintain their space regularly aren't chasing perfection. They're reinforcing control, one small action at a time. People who keep their space clean don't do it because they love cleaning. They do it because of how they see themselves. At some point, through repetition, they stopped thinking, I need to clean, and started thinking, this is just who I am. That shift changes everything, because behavior follows identity. If you see yourself as disorganized, you'll tolerate mess, you'll delay, you'll avoid, and you'll justify it. But if you start seeing yourself as someone who takes care of their space, your actions begin to align with that, not perfectly, but consistently. And here's the key. Identity isn't fixed, it's built. Every small action is a vote. Wiping the counter, making the bed, putting something back. It seems small, but your brain is collecting evidence, and eventually, it updates the story of who you are. The most powerful time to shape this habit is the start of your day. Right after you wake up, your brain is more receptive, less distracted, more open to patterns. And what you do in that window sets the tone for everything that follows. So when you make your bed or reset your space first thing, you're not just cleaning, you're creating momentum. A small completed action gives your brain a signal. We're moving. That feeling matters more than you think, because once you complete one task, starting the next becomes easier, and the next, and the next. This is how productive days actually begin, not with motivation, but with movement. Simple actions, done early, done consistently. Over time, it stops feeling like effort and starts feeling automatic. Here's where most people get it wrong. They look at someone with a clean space and assume one thing: they're more disciplined, but that's not true. Because discipline is unreliable. Some days you have it, most days you don't. So if your system depends on discipline, it will eventually break. People who keep their space clean consistently aren't relying on willpower, they're relying on systems. Simple, repeatable behaviors that don't require thinking. Like putting things back immediately, cleaning right after using something, resetting before leaving a room. No buildup, no overwhelm, just maintenance. It's the same reason you brush your teeth without debating it. You don't rely on motivation, you just do it. And once cleaning reaches that level, it stops feeling like effort entirely. Clutter isn't just physical, it's emotional. When your space is messy, it's usually not random. It's a signal. Sometimes it means you're overwhelmed. Sometimes you're avoiding something. Sometimes you're just mentally drained. And the problem is, the mess doesn't stay neutral. It feeds back into how you feel. You see it, your brain registers it, and your stress quietly increases. Not all at once, but constantly, which creates a loop. You feel low, things pile up, you see the mess, you feel worse, and the cycle continues. This is why people often clean when they feel stressed or anxious, not consciously, but because action helps reset the mind. You restore order outside, and something inside settles. So the question isn't just, why is my space messy? It's also, what is this mess reflecting back to me? So how do you actually start without overwhelming yourself? You make it easier than you think it should be, because the biggest mistake people make is waiting until it gets bad. A pile of dishes, a messy room, too much to deal with. And then they avoid it completely. So don't start big. Start small enough that you can't talk yourself out of it. Wipe one surface, clean one corner, reset one space. That's it. Because when the mess stays small, the effort stays small. You're not cleaning, you're maintaining. The second shift is this. Attach it to what you already do. After you eat, clean. After you brush your teeth, reset the sink. Before you sleep, put things back. No new habit. Just stacking on to what already exists. And over time, it stops being something you start and becomes something you just do. Your space is not just where you live. It's a reflection of what you're willing to tolerate. And once you see that clearly, you can't unsee it. So here's something simple. For the next 7 days, choose one space, just one. Your desk, your kitchen, your bedroom, and maintain it. Not perfectly, just consistently. Every day, reset it. Watch what happens, not just to the space, but to your mind, your focus, your energy. Because this isn't about cleaning. It's about becoming someone who shows up for themselves in small, consistent ways. And that changes more than you expect. Now, I want to hear from you. Do you function better in chaos or in order? And why? If this made you think differently, subscribe. There's more coming.